Hi everyone, I'm Ankita. Today I will explain my course. Firstly, I will tell about map.cs. So, there are some properties like ID, columns, rows, name, description, created data, modified date. There is an integer representing the number of columns and rows, a datetime project representing the date and time when the map was created. And after that, there is a constructor. The class has a parameterized constructor that allows initializing all properties of a map object. Parameters include ID, columns, rows, name, description, created date, and modified date. Overall, this class serves as a blueprint for creating instances of maps, allowing for the encapsulation of map-related date and behavior within the robot controller API. Now, I will tell about mapscontroller.cs. So, here is a getAllMaps method. This handles HTTP GET request to retrieve all maps. It returns a list of all maps currently stored. After that, there is a method that requests to retrieve maps that are square. Currently, it returns all maps, but you would need to implement logic to filter and return only square maps. This is an int id that handles HTTP GET request to retrieve a map by its id. It searches for the map within the specified id and returns it if found. Otherwise, returns a 404 not found status. This is a put request to update an existing map. It searches for the map with the specified ID, updates its properties with the provided values, and returns a success message. That was updated successfully. Here, this is what HTTP delete request to delete a map by its ID. It searches for the ID with the specified ID, removes it from the last list of maps and returns a success message. And this is a request to check whether a coordinate belongs to a map. It checks if the provided coordinates x, y are within the boundaries of the map with the specified ID and returns a boolean indicating whether the coordinate is on the map. The controller is configured with attribute routing, so its routes are prefixed and API or maps can be accessed accordingly. Now I will move on robotcommands.cs. There are some properties like ID, name, description is move command, date, time, created data, date, time, modified date. This is an option string. This is an option string representing a description of the command. After that, here is a constructor. After that, here is a constructor. The class has a parameterized constructor that allows initializing all properties of a robot command object. Parameters include ID, name is move command, created date, modified date, and an optional description. Overall, this class serves as a blueprint for creating instances of robot commands, allowing for the encapsulation of command related data and behavior. Now I will move on robot command controller.cs. It handles HTTP GET request to retrieve all robot commands. It returns a list of all commands currently stored. and add robot command handles HTTP post request. To add a new robot command, it adds a new robot command, the provided command, to the commands list, assigns it a new ID and sets the created and modified dates before returning a 201 created status along with the added comment. Similar to the maps controller, this controller is configured with attribute routing, so its routes are prefixed with API or robot commands and can be accessed accordingly. When our command is successfully updated, then it will print this message. If we talk about program.cs file, this code initializes an ASP.NET Core web application, configures it to use HTTPS redirection, maps controllers to routes, and starts listening for incoming requests. Now we will see output on Postman.